Sunday night football ratings plummet after woke opening games Thursday. An update on the two LA deputy sheriffs who were ambushed Saturday night. Trump agrees to a 4-hour live debate moderated by Joe Rogan. And CNN doubles down on Trump rallies spreading COVID but not riots. All that and more on this episode of The Johnny Ray Show. Welcome and thank you for joining me on this episode of The Johnny Ray Show. After a woke opening day of NFL Thursday, the Sunday matchup between the LA Rams and the Dallas Cowboys was supposed to bring the ratings plummet to a screeching halt. But I don't think the vast majority of Americans, I don't think they got that memo. The NFL ratings for the Sunday Night Football dropped by 30%. Ever since the NFL decided to fully embrace the wokeness, the ratings have been dropping, and it doesn't seem like much will U-turn the NFL now. My question, and I'll make it the first question of the day, if you were a football fan and have since stopped watching, what would it take to get you to start watching again? I mean, would simply stopping the kneeling do it, or should they do something physically? What would it take them doing to get you to watch again? Comment down below or on Facebook or Twitter. I'm not a big NFL guy personally. I don't much enjoy a bunch of grown men only playing the game for money, but I enjoy the high school. They do it for the love. Well, and cheerleaders. No, seriously. They mostly do it for the game, not for the pay. Because, well, they don't get paid. But if I were an NFL guy, I'd say that the NFL should be issuing statements and knocking some of these millionaire spoiled guys down off the high horse. Now, Saturday, Atlanta Falcons issued a statement. The statement said this: "We rise up to bring inspiration, access, and opportunity to younger generations in Atlanta. We rise up to bring awareness to important social issues that impact our locker room, our families, and our community. We rise up for mental health awareness to decrease the stigma and understand that asking for help is a sign of strength. We rise up and continue to unify our communities and use our collective voices for good. We rise up to celebrate our similarities and our differences. We rise up against social injustice, racism, sexism, and every other form of discrimination. We rise up to support Black lives because we all believe all lives matter. We rise up to take action by increasing voter awareness, education, and registration." And that was submitted by Atlanta Falcons Player Social Justice Committee. So, they'll rise up for awareness, for social justice, for racism and sexism. Although, with sexism, does that mean they're going to get rid of cheerleaders? That's pretty sexist. They rise up for similarities and differences as a sign of strength, so on and so forth, but won't rise up for the flag, won't rise up for the national anthem, won't rise up to honor the millions of lives lost to give you the right to even live. Not a good look, in my opinion. It really isn't. Oklahoma native Baker Mayfield struggled to stay in the median of wokeness and reality over the last few months, finally landing on the side standing for the national anthem, the flag, for the military. He tweeted this. He said, "After watching Thursday's game and also watching the Dolphins players video, it shows that it is not about who is standing or who is kneeling for the anthem, but instead coming together and taking action to create real change. Also, after reading many letters and messages over the past few weeks, I have been shown that a gesture such as kneeling will only create more division or discussion about the gesture rather than be a solution toward our country's problem at hand. With that being said, I am choosing to stand for both anthems to show respect, love, and unity to everyone involved. I respect all of my teammates no matter their decision. We have had meaningful discussions on what true change looks like, and that change takes all of us being better together. My heart is even more passionate than it was months ago due to the fact that we are not close to being where the country needs to be. I love this country, but these challenges and adversities are an opportunity for much needed change for social issues that have been going on for far too long. It is going to come down to how we handle adversity and taking advantage of our opportunities. I am posting this now so it is not a discussion on game day, and so the discussion can continue to be about how to better our country instead of divide us. Our team is ready to fight for our goals both on and off the field. Go Browns, Baker. I think that's a great concept, a great way to look at it, although I don't necessarily agree that we have as big of an issue as they would make it out to seem. But I digress. I think that was the most classy way that anybody could address the kneel or don't kneel. Meanwhile, Colin, I have my white privilege to thank Kaepernick, even chimed in on the new woke NFL blasting them, calling the new social justice propaganda, citing the fact that Eric Reid, who I believe is a safety if I'm not mistaken, remains unsigned after Carolina released him back in March. Reid was one of the first players to publicly support Kaepernick's kneeling for the national anthem, so Colin tweeted this, quote, "While the NFL runs propaganda about how they care about black life, they're still actively blackballing Eric Reid for fighting for the black community. Eric set 2 franchise records last year and is one of the best defensive players in the league." End quote. I mean, if you give them enough time, folks, they'll just devour each other, I think. It's getting to a point of kind of a measuring stick of who can be more woke. The guy who started the wokeness or the people that are supposed to be supporting his wokeness. It's getting to the point where it's almost a contest to out-woke one another. And eventually I think it's going to destroy them from the inside out. I mean, we can only hope. On to other news. Saturday, 2 LA County deputy sheriffs were ambushed and shot by a man. Sheriff Alex Villanueva held a press conference Sunday saying the ambush, quote-unquote, was done, quote, in a cowardly fashion. The video, which you could see here, shows a black man fire at the officers through the window of the police car. The 2 officers, a 31-year-old woman who is a mother and a 24-year-old man, were both taken to the local hospital, and at the time were both still fighting for their lives. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Both deputies were sworn in about 14 months ago, it was reported by Villanueva. But as of today, they seem to both have made it through the surgery and are beginning to make some recoveries. Small recoveries, but recoveries. So that's always good. LA County has offered a $100,000 reward for information leading to the capture of the gunman. Now, CNN did report this, and were about as impartial as they could be for being CNN, but I digress. They did not mention the fact that BLM supporters, quote-unquote peaceful protesters as they say, blocked the emergency room entrance and were screaming chants of "I hope they die and let them die." Here is a little bit of the video. I've definitely chopped and edited. It's about a 25-30 minute video. This black gentleman who apparently supports the Black Lives Matter movement and is very anti-cop, I believe. He recorded it and posted it on social media, and so I have cut it up a little bit to give you just the finer points of the video. So here is that clip for you now.
What's up there, Black family? This is Kevin Morton Price, Africa Town Coalition. I am here with breaking news for all of you who may not know. Actually, for all of you that may have been, depressed by the brutal murder of Dijon Kizzee and all the other black men that has been gunned down in just LA, you know what I'm saying? Just recently Compton. But I just want to inform everybody that 2 sheriff deputies were sitting at the Compton Metro Station, and a unknown assailant walked up and busted a cap on both of them, shot him in the head. All right. So and he got away. All right. They have no suspect, no identity, no nothing. So what are we supposed to do, y'all? We're supposed to celebrate today because the oppressor has been slain. And if you don't. Whatever. What's up there, Black family? This is Kevin Morton Price, Africa Town Coalition. We are out here at St. Francis Hospital where 2 of America's most notorious gang members have been brought to. We're going to go up here and just check on these murderers right here and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? So let me turn this around. Oh, let me put this blunt out. I'll say this for later. What's up, y'all? We're down here at the St. Francis Hospital. We're down here. Excuse me?
No, we're coming to visit someone.
No, you're not.
We can't go visit nobody?
You can once we confirm who it is, but there's no visitation allowed anyway, so you gotta go.
All right, y'all. You see what's happening right here, right? They got these pigs out here. They are telling us that we cannot come in here and see these individuals who's been shot down at the motherfucking train station. You understand what I'm saying?
There's no visitation allowed, sir.
What?
There's no visitation allowed, sir.
Okay.
You're not here.
Okay.
You got the flag.
This is the hospital.
What game?
This is the hospital.
Yeah, what y'all want to do? They done brought these women up
This
in
is the
front of
hospital.
This is
I
private
can't
property.
push on
This
no
is the
woman.
hospital, man.
This is private property.
We out here sick.
Come on.
No, you're not.
We out here sick.
Come on.
We out here sick.
I know this here.
We out here sick. Hey!
That's what needs to happen. These motherfuckers need to die. This is justice, motherfucker. This is justice, motherfucker. We hope that bitch stops. Yeah, it's gonna be more.
Oink, oink. Oink, oink.
We need to get ready,
Oink,
motherfucker.
oink.
Keep killing, y'all
Oink,
gonna
oink.
too. Yeah, you think that
Oink,
you
oink.
murdering motherfucking black people?
Oink, oink.
Fuck the police.
Hey!
Fuck the police. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck
Come
your
on, bitch.
partner.
Say something now. Say
Yeah,
something now. Hey!
Fuck the police. I hope they die, motherfucker. Dijon Kizzee, motherfucker.
Dijon Kizzee!
Supposedly this shit's fucking private, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's in here fucking related to this church? I mean to this hospital?
Come on down here.
How is it
do
private?
something, motherfucker. Fuck the police.
That's their
Dumb
excuse.
ass bitches, man.
You know how white supremacy is.
Yeah.
Fucking pig. Yeah.
Oh, here they come,
Oink,
here they come, here they come. Here they come.
Yeah. Come on down here.
The
Hey!
next one.
Yeah, you goddamn right
You'll
we
be the
record.
next one.
Everybody motherfucking record.
Hey!
Everybody motherfucking record. Fucking shot.
He ready,
Yeah,
boy.
Come on, slow that shit down. That's why y'all fucking dying one by one.
Yeah,
That's why y'all dying one by one.
Check out my moonwalk. In South
Check out my
Central,
moonwalk.
whether they die or not. Yeah. Okay? For all the motherfuckers y'all done gunned down over there in the motherfucking
He got his gun. He ready.
Hey,
Look.
pussy, these are only phones. They're not guns. Put that shit down, you punk bitch. Put it down. That's why you're fucking dying one by one.
Put that shit down.
You're next with the fucking hot pocket, bitch. You're next. That's why you're dying one by one, you stupid fuck.
There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers coming down here. We're gonna fucking celebrate, motherfuckers. So we just want to come down here and let you motherfuckers know that you ain't shit. Fuck that, man. Celebrate that shit. Blood and die. Fuck that shit. Headshot. Straight head.
Y'all gonna die one by one. This ain't gonna stop. Y'all wanna be pussies and bitches. We ain't living in our property. They can't do shit.
And I hope you motherfuckers.
Fuck the police. He on the public sidewalk. He on the public sidewalk.
You can tell us, Steve.
Back up.
I'm on city
We on the sidewalk. We on the
Y'all got
sidewalk.
that? I'm on city.
You're on the driveway.
We're on the fucking side.
Get over here. Get over here. Get over here.
Ain't nobody going in and out.
Yeah, we right here.
There we are, right
We
here.
right here.
There we are, right here. Y'all want to gun somebody down? We right here.
Trying to grab my phone.
Gun somebody down?
Wow. Trying to grab the phone and
No
shit.
matter what you do.
That's right.
You motherfuckers is taking
Back up.
goddamn up.
I'm on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk.
Where you at with the camera?
Right here.
Come here. We can't be on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't want to talk soft.
We can't be on the sidewalk. I'm losing my voice now.
We're on the fucking sidewalk.
Shut up.
Straight up. Straight up.
Ain't nobody got nothing. This is America, y'all. This is the new
See what they
America.
doing?
This
what
is
they doing?
America.
See what they doing?
This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is America.
That's what they
Come
doing.
on over here with cameras.
That's what they doing.
This is America.
That's what they doing.
This is it.
That's what they doing.
This is it.
That's what they doing.
This is America.
That's what they doing. That's what they doing. That's what they doing.
Fuck the sheriff.
That's what they doing. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. That's what they doing, y'all. That's what they doing. That's what they doing, y'all. Yeah, so what's up?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, we pulled up. Hey, we pulled up and shit.
Yeah.
And right when we pulled up, there was a black man already standing out there with his camera.
Where at? In the hospital?
Nah, yeah, at the hospital. Yeah, I got away.
Oh, you was in it?
I got away. Yeah, I got away.
Oh, okay.
So when we pulled up,
I was right there for it.
yeah.
Oh, you was right there too?
I got out of there.
Yeah.
When we pulled up, there was a black man already like right there filming the motherfucking police.
Oh, yeah. What was he filming? Film police? Filming the police?
He was like throwing his fists up and all that shit.
Yeah, okay.
So then like when we pulled up,
Came from across the street.
yeah, with the flags and shit.
Oh, is that right?
We was talking shit. Yeah, we was talking shit to the
The
motherfuckers.
homies did all this,
And,
bro.
and
Everybody want to know what happened right here.
they didn't like that shit.
With the
Yeah.
RBG flag.
I got the camera and phone right here. You feel me?
And as you can see, the group grows from a couple of black folks to a fairly large crowd chanting, "I hope they die." It's crazy, because I have yet to see a group of any race gather to laugh, joke, and taunt the death of anyone. Nobody gathered in masses to wish death upon Jacob Blake, the criminal who was wanted for sexual assault and shot by the Kenosha police officers. I don't recall videos of anyone gathering in masses while he was trying to recover from being shot, wishing death upon him. Yeah, people were for as well as against his shooting being or not being justified and all that good stuff. But I never saw one video of white people, conservatives, or Trump supporters outside the Kenosha hospital wishing him death. Not one. So this type of video just goes to show, to prove the morality of the left and BLM. I mean, it goes to prove just how insane they truly are. Now, normally I'd save the best for last, but with this I just couldn't wait. Donald Trump has agreed publicly to debate Joe Biden in a 4-hour fourth presidential debate if Joe Rogan moderates. I mean, this is epic. Now, of course, nobody believes Biden will accept, but it's kind of like Fantasy League. Joe Rogan is almost as impartial as you can get. While he does sit moderately left, he has never been one to shy away from confronting liberals on their BS. Conservatives either, really. I mean, he pretty much confronts everybody. If he thinks you're trying to shy away from anything, he's definitely the first one to jump. Rogan floated a proposed matchup between the president and his Democratic rival Joe Biden during a recent installment of his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. He said, "First of all, I want no one else in the room, just the three of us." He described how his debate would be handled to his guest, retired UFC fighter Tim Kennedy. He also went on to say, "And you'd have to stream it live so no one can edit it, and I would want them in there for hours if they wanted to do that. They both wanted to come here in Austin, sit down and have a debate. I would 100% do it." Tim Kennedy, after the show, he tweeted, "On my podcast with Joe Rogan, he offered to moderate a debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. It would be 4 hours with no live audience, just the two candidates, cameras, and their vision of how to move this country forward. Who wants this? #debates, #election 2020. Donald Trump immediately retweeted, "I do."
Be the control mechanism to the candidates, like a Biden-Trump debate with Joe Rogan hosting. Your questions.
I would want that. First of all, I'd want no one else in the room.
Just the
three
people?
of us.
Cameras so we can record the
yeah, just the three of us. And you would have to stream it live so no one can edit it.
No.
And I would want them in there for hours. It's 2020. I mean, we have the ability to have that. We're not talking about 1979. We're talking about 2020. If they wanted to do that, they both wanted to come here in Austin, sit down, and have a debate, I would 100% do it.
Now, the Biden campaign did not immediately respond to the request for comment regarding if the former vice president would agree to participate in such a debate, but Rogan suggested that the Democrat wasn't up for the challenge. So, second question of the day, do you think Biden will accept or will he decline? Comment below, Facebook or tweet me your response. I personally think he'll decline. I mean, come on. He can barely stay on task for 10 minutes during his speeches that are off a teleprompter. You really think he can go hours with the fast-paced punches of Donald Trump, the take no crap of Joe Rogan? I don't think he can. I think he would probably be out within a few minutes. I don't think he would have a lot going for him on that. So, but I mean, I can, like I said, I can always hope. Make sure and tweet or Facebook or comment down below your response to the question of how you think he'll handle it, if you think he'll accept it or decline it, or if he does decline it, how will he decline it? Will he do the old, "Oh, I don't have to do that," or do you think he'll make excuses? I mean, let's get the conversation going on that. While you're doing that, make sure that you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure and click the bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload these. I upload them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now is the schedule, so you want to make sure and be notified every day that I upload these. And so, speaking of Trump, CNN has now basically doubled down on the idea that Trump rallies are quote-unquote super spreaders of COVID-19, but yet they haven't posted one headline about how riots, looting, and Black Lives Matter violent protests affect the COVID-19 outbreak. They've been doing this for a few months now, starting way back in June with the first rally that was here in Tulsa. They ran with the idea that his rallies would jump the COVID cases up by millions. It was going to be a huge deal. Millions of people would die because of it. Of course, that never materialized ever. But they've yet to report a headline talking about the thousands of people rioting in the streets of Minneapolis, Kenosha, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago, New York. In fact, back in June, on the 24th, so just a few days after the Trump rally here in Tulsa, they had a headline: Black Lives Matter protests have not led to a spike in coronavirus cases, research says. I'd like to know what research they have, because I find it particularly piquant that thousands of people not socially distancing and for the vast majority not wearing masks. There are a few. Most of the mask wearing is stocking caps because they rob things. But I was unaware that, according to CNN, COVID-19 is a sentient being, that it can distinguish between Black Lives Matter riots and a Donald Trump rally. But it's not all on CNN, because I really haven't seen any news outlets mention this. So I decided that I was going to take a look at some of the numbers. And now, I'm no scientist, so I don't particularly want to portray like I am all science knowing. I barely passed it in high school. On June 15th in Oklahoma, there were 352 new cases that day. 2 weeks later, because they say this 14-day period that it could possibly take effect, so that's what I averaged it on, was 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, on July 3rd, there were 526 new cases. Okay. That's roughly about 174 new cases. Rounded to 175. Say 175 new cases in 2 weeks. Now, let's take a look at some of the BLM riots. Okay. So, August 24th was the first day of rioting in Kenosha after the shooting of Jacob Blake. There were 950 new cases that day. Okay, so it's significantly higher than Oklahoma already, starting off. But new cases, 950. 2 weeks, on September 7th, 1,498 new cases. 1,498 new cases. Okay? So while Trump's rally may have prompted 175 cases, the rioting in Kenosha may have prompted 548 new cases. Let's continue down the rabbit hole to Minneapolis. On May 26th, that was the first day of the Minneapolis riots, but it was ongoing for a few months and still is, to be technical. So I just picked a random day. I figured, why not the same day as the Trump rally? June 19th, right? Okay. June 19th, there were 348 new cases that day. Okay? And July 3rd, 2 weeks, just like the Trump rally, 2 weeks, 805 new cases. Now, for those of you that are like me that are not math wizards, I used a calculator, and that's 457 new cases since the same day in Minneapolis as the same day as the Donald Trump rally in Oklahoma. Are you seeing a bit of a trend here, folks? Trump rally, 175 extra cases. Black Lives Matter riots, 548 in Kenosha, 457 in Minneapolis. I'm sure if we wanted to take the time to see New York City, Chicago, Baltimore, LA, they would all probably be just as high, if not higher. So listen, if Democrat cities can allow rioters to push those kind of COVID numbers, then Trump can rally till his little toupee-wearing heart is content. And that's all the time that we have, folks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and of course the YouTube. Until Wednesday, I'm Johnny Ray, and this is the Johnny Ray Show. Good night, and God bless.